eventually you get absorbed in, and you are Sonic.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to No Repeat, a podcast where we pick 3 songs every week with no repeats and no do-overs to create a perfect playlist for every occasion life throws at you. I'm Taylor Olmstead, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Tyler Reed.
Did you know that shorts are easy and comfortable to wear?
And Sean Evans.
Did you know that shorts actually are short versions of cropped pants?
The real question is, did you know that shorts is short for short pants? The more you know. Tyler, what was our challenge this week?
This week, we are challenged to find the perfect song for when shorts were the bad idea. Submitted by me. And if you think my idea sucks and you want to give us a better challenge, you can DM us, add us, comment on us at NoRepeatPod on Instagram and Twitter, or you can always send us an email at norepeatpod@gmail.com. Thanks so much.
Boys, it has been that kind of weekend. I know we've talked about the weather on this show a lot over the past couple months.
It's a lot of weather talk.
But I tell you, so earlier this week, it was like 78. It was amazing. I was doing yard work. It was awesome. Then on Saturday, I had a plan with a friend. We were going to take our dogs to the dog park together. Saturday morning, work the dogs out, and then have the rest of the day to do whatever you needed to do. Boys, it was 41 degrees with 25 mile per hour winds on Saturday, April 9th in Georgia.
In Atlanta. Yeah.
It was so cold, the propane heaters at the dog park were frozen. We couldn't open the valves on the propane tanks. It was that cold. So yeah, shorts were a bad idea this weekend. Thankfully, I wore pants. But I wore a light jacket because I was like, oh, it's spring. No, it's winter. I have worn shorts, I think, exactly once so far this year. And at about 6 p.m., I changed back into pants because it was just too cold. It's just too cold. But what about you guys? Have you broken out the shorts yet this year?
Yes. I actually wore shorts today. I went out and reminded myself why I was bad at disc golf, and I wore some shorts.
Ooh, that's a new one. Or an old one. A revitalization of one.
Yeah. So, that was a thing. I feel like there's been a few instances. I've also been running outside too, which also I wear shorts for. So, yes, the shorts kind of don't go away for me. More so exercise-based.
I don't think that counts,
sweet
though.
Months, but okay.
That's a great point that I don't think it counts because for this challenge, I think it's shorts as an outfit choice.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have worn shorts outside of exercising. Yeah, usually if it gets into like the 60s, then I'm all down for wearing the shorts. I feel like that's a very Northern Virginia thing to do, is the shorts and jacket combo.
Yeah, you see that in the preppier set down here. Your, what is that company called?
Southern Tier.
Yeah, Southern something like that. Like that crowd with the pastels. Very golf course casual.
Vineyard Vines.
Vineyard Vines, yes. The Vineyard Vines crowd. Also the Simply Southern crowd, which is like the cheaper version of Vineyard Vines. Tyler, have you busted out the shorts yet?
It's very funny you mentioned that because on Monday, I went to the gym and it was like fine. You know, like Sean, I'm like, well, I'm going to wear shorts. I'm not going to be a weirdo and wear jeans to the gym. It's illegal. Can't do it. But then someone was like, hey, Smash practice. Smash Brothers Ultimate from the Nintendo Switch practice. Sorry, I have to say the whole thing or else it sounds weird. So invited me over. He was like, I'm not going to change into shorts. Or I'm not going to change into pants. Like it's not that cold. But like I had to park like in like a college part of town. And I had to walk like a couple blocks. And I literally was like, this is perfect for this challenge. Because I was like, these were such a bad idea. I was wearing my booty shorts and it was cold. I was like, oh no. I was a bunch of dudes playing Smash Bros. I'm like, this is a bad look altogether.
You made a choice, my dude.
Yeah. I wanted to be fashionable.
I mean, it's hard, right? Because I feel like shorts have kind of come back around in the last few years, where when we were younger, maybe not even necessarily teenagers, maybe even like early 20s, there was a very strong portion of the culture that said no shorts ever, never, ever.
Right.
And it was long pants all the time. I was never one of those people.
Well, that's because I feel like shorts at the time made you look like a Nancy boy. Like you're like
Well,
some little
there
like
were-
Victorian child with your oversized shorts.
Yes, the shorts were all very big, or they were like cargo shorts, and you look like an action figure. As somebody who worked outside during the summers every year in high school and college, I wore shorts because I was outdoors all day. Like, it was not a fashion statement moment for me. So I guess for me, like, shorts have always been in the rotation, but I do think there's been kind of a shorts renaissance, particularly in menswear.
I would agree with that. I definitely feel like, for me, at the very least, I'm always like rebelling against just like how everyone wants their pants to go, or like how they want their shorts to go like to their knees or lower, and it's like, come on, I'm not trying to be like a grandpa over here. Like it's like, I just feel like getting a shorter short, like a 5-inch inseam, is like I feel like I want to show off my gams, you know. I want to look good. It creates a nice silhouette, you know, like it adds some nice like asymmetry to the outfit, you know. I feel like shorter shorts need to come back.
Sean, are you out here showing off your gams?
What the fuck are you talking about? Can you explain to me how your short game adds an asymmetry to your wardrobe?
Because you have like an oversized shirt, or you have like a flannel on,
And that's asymmetric?
yeah, it's like you could even put like some boots on, like you could have like some Doc Martens, and then have some short shorts.
It's like the mullet of outfits. It's
No, I appreciate
business
this.
up top, party underneath.
Right. You remember Taylor, when during college, when people would go to fests? Basically, Tyler has rediscovered, through natural means, fest season.
No, because fest season was more about utility. It was about, I'm going to be outside all day drinking my face off, so I need a warm upper layer and then a lower layer that will allow me to be ninja and agile so I can run away from the cops on horses.
And boots.
Right.
And boots for the sea of mud that I will be tramping through.
I shouldn't say fest. I should say field parties. I'm talking about field party fests.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, I'm so happy that you have embraced the unisex wardrobe of short shorts.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, so let me explain. In some occasions, yes. I follow too many thru hikers and hiker influencers on YouTube and Instagram not to wear athletic shorts in most occasions. I also work very hard on my legs. I'm not going to call them yams or gams.
Yams.
I'm gonna call them legs. But yes, I do show them off. Yes, I am very proud of them. I don't want to go into more detail here, but
You got to pay for that.
if I flex them right, my wife does not want to touch them because they feel weird.
Okay.
But he's been out here. He's been a runner and a cycler for years now. Like, he's built up.
I make a point of driving home or when I'm driving around town with people and I see somebody just out jogging and I just yell faker all the time.
And he means it. He's an endurance man.
I just look at
You can
people.
just tell when someone's faking it when they are not a real.
I don't mind if you're running, but don't be out there like sprinting around the one block of your dumb apartment.
Shirtless,
And, like,
no doubt.
Right. Stop. Just quit. Here's how I know that you don't run, because you don't wear a shirt. We live in Northern Virginia, kids. It is hot. When the sun beats down on you, you will be happy that you wore a shirt.
Let's bring it back to the music, because this is, after all, a music podcast and not a fashion podcast, because what would that even be? As far as songs go, we were trying to capture the experience of shorts were a bad choice. Now, I personally was looking at it of like, I have gone somewhere for a social obligation and I am in shorts and it's cold. And I say that because like there is this like weird moment, I think, in between spring and summer where like the very bold and the very warm start wearing shorts out to things. And I usually like wait a little bit longer until it's legitimately hot, because the last thing I want is to be like sitting outside somewhere, because everything in Atlanta happens outside, and I'm in shorts and it's cold. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to be sitting out at a brewery with my knees knocking together as I'm trying to drink cold beer because I wore shorts. Like, no sir, absolutely not. And so for me, this song was about like, maybe I missed it by a week. Maybe I went out with my friends and like we're hanging out in the park, and I really thought, I was like, today's the day. I'm gonna bust out the shorts. And then you get out there and the wind's blowing and you're like, nope, didn't quite make it this time. Didn't hit that golden weekend just right.
Okay, I have a short anecdote about this. I just want to say that, and thinking about this right now, I think that I'm more kind of, when I'm working out, a shorts person. And I say this because for those of you who are not familiar with cyclocross, it is a cycling discipline that happens in the fall and like deep and like into the beginning of winter. So it gets cold. And there are usually a few groups of people that show up at this when it comes to like wearing stuff. There's usually people that are like wearing cold weather things in the early fall, and they're always worried that they're going to be cold. And then there are another group of people who always feel that they are too overdressed, like, and they would rather run cold. And that, I'm in that group. Like, I would rather be cold riding my bike in a very race environment. So I feel like after I get done with that, then I kind of just walk around for the rest of the day in pants with my like skin suit on under it. But so I find myself when I'm working out, I want to have more shorts. And now this leads me to say this. A few weeks ago, Sarah and I went hiking, and we went out to the mountains, or the hills, whatever you want to call it, Appalachian Mountains. They're technically mountains. And I was wearing shorts, and it was like 40 degrees. 45 is what it was supposed to be. And I was like, that's okay. Like, that's really not that bad. I'm going to be moving around. Like, it'll be okay. I usually bring wind pants, so in case I get too cold, I can always throw on wind pants, and it cuts away most of the chill. We had just eaten lunch. The cloud came over. It dropped about 20 degrees in temperature in a matter of like 30 seconds, and it started snowing. Like, hard snow. And the wind was blowing very hard. And this probably happened for like 20 minutes. It just blowing snow. I'm standing there in shorts. I gave Sarah my rain jacket, so I am just standing there with a piece of plastic wrapped around my body, covered over my head. I'm pretty sure Sarah has a picture of it. And when I got back to the car, my knees were frostbitten because of like how cold it was and the wind burn from the snow. In this instance, I thought to myself, shorts were a mistake. If I would have known that it was going to snow on us, I would not have worn shorts. But that is just an instance that has happened to me lately, and I was like, what was I thinking?
You really went hard mode on this challenge.
I did. This happened before we picked this challenge, but also I had a headspace for this.
I feel like I'm always really prepared for short weather, so I'm very anxious for it. I'm very like, all right, I'm gonna try to push it. I'm like, all right, this will be the day. This will be the day to do it. Come on. I like sort of like just I try to push it through as best I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna wear shorts and it's gonna be great. So I have a lot of experience of like being really disappointed in like my short like my, oh my god, throw all this off.
No, you were doing great.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So I have a lot of like experience with trying to figure out like man, shorts are really a bad idea because I love wearing shorts. I actually hate pants. I actually, because I feel like I get too hot in pants all the time. So like I'm looking forward to the short weather. So, but that being said, so in an instance where somehow the shorts were a bad idea, I'm imagining it has to be so cold, and I'm like, I gotta either like flash dance, I gotta like maniac, I gotta like be like sprinting to like my car, I gotta like figure out a way to get out of this situation as quickly as possible. And so I wanted a song that had a kinetic energy. I wanted a song that literally almost like sparked me to move, to like propel me forward, to get out of this situation as swiftly as possible into my pants or just a little bit warmer so I don't have to deal with this. I wanted yeah, so I feel like that was the very simple like sort of like bite size like sentence here is I wanted a kinetic song.
Well, I think we should just go with that. Tyler, you should go first.
This week I chose Dancing Out of Danger, Eurobeat version by Fastway. So Eurobeat is, for most people, if you haven't encountered it or have a very limited experience with it, you'll probably most likely think of it from the anime Initial D, in which the show features prominently a lot of Eurobeat songs. And so Initial D is like a racing anime, and so lots of songs in like this genre coincidentally also happen to be about going fast, driving, like doing your best or whatever. And so I was thinking about Eurobeat in that perspective, but I was also thinking about like DDR. I was also thinking about the swift movements of that, like the constant stomping, the motion of that, because you really build up a sweat whenever you're doing that. And so like I was like trying to look through like different DDR playlists to try to find songs that kind of fit that. And so like I said, I was looking through Eurobeat playlist and I found this song and I was like, this is just perfect. I love it so much because it's like if you made Dragon Force a dance song and it just was like that's like the whole thing. It's like it goes as fast as possible, but it's like melodic as hell. It is like there's like some really cool like sort of like little riffs that are happening in the song and lots of really fun dynamics. Now, it is a dance song and it is an extended version, so that means it goes for 4 minutes of basically repeating the same thing over and over again. But it completely relies on the hype of like the composition, like the small phrase that kind of happens there to really sell you the idea of it. So, I'm putting on this song when I'm like, I got to get from here to there as quickly as possible because shorts are a bad idea. My legs are freezing. And I feel like this song is gonna literally make me move. It makes me feel like I'm going to I'm gonna go at sonic speed. I'm gonna leave a trail of fire behind me because it's like I don't know if I can physically move as fast as the song goes.
Okay, you sold me on this song and what you were doing with it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. This song definitely, sometimes some songs in this genre, and I would definitely say listening to this song over and over again, definitely gave me ear fatigue.
No, yeah, this definitely falls into the electric genre of like Neon Heart Attack.
Yeah.
That's definitely what's going on here. I would love to see you do like a indie music video for this song of you like power walking in like black gym shorts, like really short like marathon shorts, and like really rocking the power walk hip movements, like Olympic style power walking. And at the end, but the whole way you're just like chugging Gatorades or something.
I'll do it.
And it's like snowing, and then you're in the sand. Then you're like going through the Sahara. like then you're going to the jungle. Yeah, just like the corniest thing ever.
I'll find a green screen in this instance then.
So, okay. First of all, I'm going to disagree with Tyler's premise that the only reason anybody would know about this is Initial D, because also Dance Dance Revolution was a thing. And almost all of the original Dance Dance Revolution was Eurobeat music. I hated that game. I was bad at it, and I found it to be very loud and aggressive and annoying.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about this song. I get what you're going for.
Yeah.
But the fact that you are bringing this into our playlist, into the continuity of this show, which admittedly doesn't have a very distinct vibe, but it has some kind of vibe, like a loosely defined vibe. This is not that. I don't know what this is. This is... It's so much. It's just so much.
He just trolled us this week.
Like, it's so much that the background vocals are even too much. Where it's just kind of like weird grunts and things. It's so much. It's so much. I get what you're going for. Yes, it's cold. You're in shorts. You need to run real fast. You know, gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
But just so much. Just so much.
Well, I tried. I feel like we've done almost 200 episodes, and I feel like one Eurobeat song in 200 episodes is,
You can pick whatever you want. No one was ever saying, like, oh, we need to make sure we get in at least 7 Tom Petty's by 250. Like,
yeah, there was never a quota. That's not how this worked.
I mean, I'm just saying, I've now put a burden upon myself to not choose another Eurobeat song for another 200 episodes. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you better not. But also, I don't know. I hesitate to even bring this up on the main show because this feels like Billie Joe Armstrong content.
Uh-huh.
But maybe we'll just do it briefly here so that I never have to think about this again.
Okay.
When I pulled up the article for Eurobeat, doing research for this, the see also on Wikipedia said, see also Eurobeat Disney. And I thought, oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's exactly what you think it is.
Go on.
It is a series of compilation albums of various Disney songs remixed in the style of Eurobeat.
Okay.
That were part of a special event at Tokyo Disney in 2000.
Incredible.
I present to you the Eurobeat remix of Phil Collins's "You'll Be in My Heart" from Tarzan.
Oh my god! Oh, this is a treat.
I hate you. This is gonna be stuck in my head for forever. I'm so serious about this. I hate you.
Oh! Oh!
God damn it, I hate you. Stop being excited about this. You are such trash. I'm so glad he didn't pick this. I would have been so mad. I would have skipped the show.
The best part. So the funniest thing about this like genre and like some of the songs in like this genre is that like the vocals are delivered with like zero passion. It's just a guy talking. And like "You'll Be in My Heart" is just like a perfect like it's like it fits right into the canon almost perfectly.
Oh, I almost had beer come out of my nose. That was so good.
This is okay. So the "You'll Be in My Heart" is 10 times better than "You Got a Friend in Me." That is like terrible.
got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road lifts right ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what's people past that boy. You got a friend in me.
Oh, I encourage you to also listen to Under the Sea. It's equally bad.
Under the sea, under the sea, darling, it's back to down where the twins are drinking for me. I'm on the shore, they were
Oh, it sounds like Aqua. It's- Hey, Barbie, do you want to go under the sea? Yeah, Ken. Oh, no.
Oh, we have to move on. We have to move on.
Oh, my God. This is horrible. This is...
And Paige, and folks listening at home, if you like this, just imagine we do this once a month for just $1. You can get access to us talking about wild, off the wall stuff like Disney Eurobeat.
But in the meantime, I think it's my turn. Let's wash that bad taste out of our mouth. This week I chose something very different. I chose Crutches by Deb Never.
I'm tearing down the walls. I'm storming in like thunder. 'Cause I'm tired of waiting for better days, better days. Who made the rules this hard? Sometimes it makes me wonder. 'Cause I'm tired of waiting for better days, better days. Keep to myself if everyone wants a little piece of my heart.
Crutches is a relatively new track. Came out at the end of February 2022. I discovered it on Apple's like hyperpop indie pop playlist, which is surprisingly good, and it felt very very apt for this challenge for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's about kind of pushing through difficult situations. She says, I'm tired of waiting for better days a lot, which feels like how I feel in the last dregs of winter, where I'm like, I just really want it to be warm. I just really want it to be warm. Please let me wear shorts. And it has kind of a little bit of an upbeat energy, but it's not like too excited. It's not too party, which is kind of how I feel in the spring. Like my first day out in shorts in the spring, I want to be kind of moving down the sidewalk, you know, feeling myself, getting out there. But this song is clearly like, you got out from the house, you know, you're out with your friends, and then you realize, it was maybe a little too cold for this, but I'm going to power through. Because I'm tired of this, and I want better days. And that's kind of how I felt the last few weeks of false spring here in Atlanta. I'm just ready for the warm weather. I'm ready for better days. I also love the beat change-ups in this song. I think they're really artfully handled, and it keeps it from being just kind of a stale acoustic millennial pop song. The pseudo drum and bass outro is a nice touch. I do kind of wish we got one more chorus instead of ending on a bridge. That seems like a weird choice. But, you know, for an artist that seems to be relatively new to the game, I've never heard of her before, I thought this was cool.
Obviously, compared to my song, it's far more mild. Considering it's pushing 110%, this song's a nice, cool, refreshing drink of water. And I would say that I think this song actually fits the challenge very well in that, in sort of like soundtracking the concept of like the sort of resentment you almost have for sort of like the weather not quite being right, and it's like always just so close, and there's sort of like a wistfulness for it in this song that kind of makes me feel that kind of way. And so so I think it fits the challenge very well in that capacity. But I also think this is a very understated song, but it's very cool. I like it. There's a little bit of grit, a little bit of grime, sort of in some of the guitar tones, kind of towards the second half that I really enjoy. So I think it's good in that it kind of has like a sort of surfy kind of feel to it. But it kind of adds a little bit of that sort of, like, this is basically like a quintessential, like, bubble grunge song, if that's what we're calling it now. You know, and so that means I'm in. I think it's sick. I think it's cool. I think that there's a lot of cool stuff going on in the song.
This is an interesting song. I like it. It feels like it was kind of made in the latter half of I mean, we're kind of there probably, but it feels very Coldplay-esque, but in an updated way without the triplets and driving eighth notes, if that makes sense at all. There's a little bit of difference, but I notice a lot of similarities there, and I think that's why I like it, because it feels familiar, but it does something that's familiar in a different way. It feels more developed, and this is like a weird challenge for me because it feels like we're picking songs in the spirit of something. And I think why you picked it completely works. So it sounds like I'm totally not liking something about this song, but it comes together very nicely and well. I wonder what the rest of their music is like, though. Is this their first album?
First full length, yeah. She put out an EP in 2019, and then this is coming out in a couple weeks, I think, maybe.
Does it continue to have this kind of like driving hyperpop sound, or is it...
I have no idea. This is literally the only song I've heard from her.
Okay, because I think that it separates itself from hyperpop a little bit. It's interesting that you found it on a hyperpop sound because it does have that vocal hyperpop thing, but there's also a lot of like other dynamic things happening here. It has some bedroom elements. But it's lo-fi.
It has almost like a little bit of like an Alanis Morissette thing.
Yeah. But then you have like the orchestra kind of come in, and that sounds really cool. This is what I mean. I feel like there's a lot of like Viva La Vida elements that are coming into play here. So yeah. I think that's why I like it a lot. So
yeah, Deb and Ever. She's one to watch. The new album is Where Have All the Flowers Gone? But Sean, that just leaves you. What do you have for us?
So this week I chose Oh by the Linda Lindas.
When I say something, I wish I had shut up. And when I try to help, I always screw things up. The places that feel right, they never last too long. And when I think of things, they always turn out wrong. When I say something, nobody backs me up. When I try by myself, I remember mess it up. When they
So, listeners of the show might be familiar with the Linda Lindas. When I think we talked about it on the show. Their song "Racist Sexist Boy." They're just to kind of set them up. I feel like they were they're kind of like a high school band. They're pretty young artists, but they have this very organic punk sound, and they tackle social issues. It's just kind of it's fun. But they do it in a fun way. It's not like heavy. It's a playful kind of looking at things. And why I picked O was because I took the lyrics out of context and I thought we shame shorts a lot. And we talked about this a little bit in the beginning of the show, that they just don't fit in. There's no formal shorts. It's too cold for shorts. I myself went for a period of like 5 or 6 years where I didn't even own shorts for anything outside of working out. I just was like, listen, if it requires you to see people, you should just wear pants. It makes sense. But now I moved down to the South and I want to have shorts on 8 months or 9 months out of the year because it's so hot. And that's just how it is. So I feel like shorts just get a bad rap. And I wanted to pick a song that described how a pair of shorts must feel.
I mean, I love the Linda Lindas. I love them so much. Their record just came out this week. This song is on the new record, Growing Up. And it rocks. Like, it just rocks. It's teenage girls making garage rock, talking about teenage girl issues. And it's really refreshing to hear something that's,
not by a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, not by a 30-year-old man, but also, like, takes itself fairly seriously, but not too seriously. You know, like they clearly care about writing catchy songs, but they're also like willing to be goofy in a way that I feel like this age really lends itself well to. Like they have a lot of fun, youthful energy. I wouldn't say an innocence, but like a joie de vivre that a band playing this style of music doesn't usually have. And that's what makes it so fun. And I do think this song kind of works for what you're talking about, where like both personifying a pair of shorts, but also like it also is kind of like when I think of things I always turn out wrong is one of the lines here. And that's kind of how I feel like with my shorts experience, where it's like sometimes you commit the fashion faux pas of wearing the shorts too early and then you get the looks. And this is like the internal monologue of like, oh God, I was too early. I'm the first one at school wearing shorts. Everybody's looking at me weird. Oh no.
I feel like this was a real reversal on from what I perceived your song pick to be about. That you personified the shorts, I feel like is a wild take, a incredible narrative tapestry you've woven for us that I feel like we haven't really tried to weave in this show before. So I think this works in that capacity, but I feel like it also just generally, as Taylor kind of said, I think it works in that it's sort of like a song about messing up or doing not necessarily being able to do anything right or just trying to do the best you can. It doesn't quite happen. But yeah. So I think it works regardless of the personification of shorts. What would you name the shorts?
What would I name the shorts?
Yeah. Do you have a name for the shorts?
No. Shorts.
Okay. I would name them Jerry. Anyway, so I think the windows are sick, and I kind of like what Taylor says that they're having fun, because it does feel that way, and I feel like that's kind of like in a way what some punk is about, right? And I feel like at the very least, I think that it's fun that I feel like they have intent. And I think that matters more so than necessarily like having like a revolutionary new idea or really like, you know, like they're playing pretty standard straight up and down like punk, like pop punk rock, but you know they're giving their own perspective, and I feel like a perspective that we don't really have in our musical landscape right now, because I feel like a lot of the old guard has sort of kind of hung around and kind of kept doing their thing. There hasn't really been a lot of room in the conversation for younger artists to kind of get in, you know, and especially with like Warped Tour kind of being gone, you know, like where are people discovering new punk acts? And so I feel like it's incredible that they were able to take, you know, that viral video and then transfer it into a pretty good career, you know, like on a real record label and put out an album that's like competent, you know, like for like teenage girls or just teenagers in general, that's pretty good. You know, like what more can you ask for? So I'm impressed at how
right, like their drummer is 11.
Yeah. Like, it's not crazy, but it's also not bad. And so, yeah, I mean, the song is catchy, and I think it's fun. I think it has just a little bit of its own special spin to it that I think it makes it have its own little space in the music world.
I think it totally deserves that space. All right, and with that, listener submissions. For shorts were a bad idea. This week's submissions. Okay, so we'll start with Andrew Wood, who chose the song One Great City by The Weakerthans. The Weakerthans? The Weakerthans.
The Weakerthans.
The Weakerthans. Thans. Does it matter that much? Do I need to say thans?
No.
Okay.
Familiar with this band, but not with this track. I'll have to check it out.
Not familiar with both. Oh God, these handles. All right, so at Banana Nanner 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 Nannerdon chose Too Cold for Slugs by Lindsay Lohan.
Can't say I know that one.
No, but
Too Cold for Slugs.
I think Too Cold for Slugs is a funny name for a song.
Awesome name.
That makes me want to.
I'm actually going to look it up right now because this is a Too Cold for Slugs.
It's an electronic track. Kind of cool though.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, and at Millow Farms said Fat Bottom Girls by Queen. I do know that song.
Everybody knows that song.
Make the rock and world go round.
That they do.
And with that, that's all we got. It's a short list for short shorts. And with that, B-sides.
I also have a short list. I had Cold Wind by Black Rebel Motorcycle Club and One of These Days by Tokyo Police Club.
Ooh! Oh, I forgot about the Tokyo Police Club. I gotta pull that back out. I gotta listen to them again.
They're a fun band. Their most recent album is really good.
Okay, I believe you. You know what, Ivan? I found a playlist called Eurobeat that makes my mom grab the chicken handle in the car. Just copy every song on that playlist and add it to our B-sides. It'll be great.
Don't do that, Ivan. Don't do that.
Don't do that. I mean, unless. Unless. I'm actually gonna send him over a new cover photo for the B-sides playlist so that can be a little more official rather than his crusty JPEG he made for us.
And then this week, my other pick was Miss Teen Massachusetts by Skaters.
Well, Tyler, if people want to see you in your short shorts, where can they find photos?
If you want to be running in the 90s with me, you can find my design and illustration work at rootpets.club. And as always, you can find me on the socials as Rootpets Club on Instagram and Twitter.
Sean, you may not be under the sea, but where can people find you?
Thanks, Tyler. You can find me on Instagram at TallySean.
And if you'd like to be my guest, you can find me on the socials at TC Olstead. All of these songs will be on the official No Repeat podcast playlist. The B-sides are on a B-sides playlist maintained by Super Deluxe Edition podcast pal Ivan Glasgow. And we will be back next week with 100% less Eurobeat on another episode of No Repeat.